What's going on, my beautiful people from YouTube? Let's talk about the most profitable crypto miner in 2023. This is a big one. We're talking $80,000 in a single month. I'm not going to sit here and just give you the, hey, here's the link, go figure it out. I'm going to do a little bit more for you. I want to talk about not only the what, but also the how to get this, how it worked in the past, and what you can expect the impacts to be, because there are going to be impacts. And I know I've used this quote time and time again. I'm going to keep doing it because Uncle Ben knew what he was talking about, that with great power comes great responsibility. And it's the same thing that we saw with the Kadena miners. This brand new Kaspa miner is going to change the playing field. And I want to go back to what I said about 3 weeks ago, and I'll hit my screen share here. Well, I said, in this video, $800 a day. It was a pretty good amount of money back then. And that was with a Kaspa miner. But this new Kaspa miner is $80,000 a month, which is just so out of anybody's price level to get with a miner right now. It's just wild, right? So the people who get it first are going to be benefiting tremendously from it. This is where the little details kind of come into play, because I talked about a miner that had come out, which was the Ice River KS2. Now, the ship date on this is going to be June 15th to June 30th. And in that video, I also told you guys, if you're not able to get this device right away, you are in for a world of hurt, because the environment in the crypto space when it comes to mining changes rather quickly when you start coming into the ASIC world. When things are shifting over from a FPGA to an ASIC, well, things get a little bit more powerful, I guess you can say. And I've talked about this transition before. It usually goes CPU, GPU, FPGA, and then ASIC. And the ASIC is only going to be able to mine that one specific thing, solve for a very specific algorithm, as opposed to an FPGA, which is programmable. It's a field programmable array, right? Like you're actually dealing with something that you can switch to mine different things. But when you're an ASIC, well, you already figured out exactly how you're going to solve these problems, and you're going to make it as efficiently as you possibly can. That chip has to be as powerful with as low power consumption as you can get it. And in these devices, you're going to see a lot of chips. You're going to see dozens of chips in one of these devices, and each one of those chips can hash away at a certain amount. And like I said, the Ice River one was at 2 terahash. And then, well, Bitmain comes out with this little number right here. Yep, that is, and I'll make it a little bit better for you guys to see. That was our homepage. This is the banner. It's 8.3 terahash with a 3,188 watt power consumption. This changes the game, guys. This changes everything. And it's kind of funny right there. They say May 16th, 10 a.m. is when their guessing time is going to be announced, is going to come out. And then the final announcement of the pricing is going to be May 19th. And I'll do a follow-up on this, and I'll make sure that you guys hear about it and get a little bit of coverage about it. But this is a very, very cool thing to take place. Now, what can I tell you? This changes everything. And this is why you're talking about 8.3 terahash, which comes out to 8,300,000 mega hash with a 3188 here on the wattage, and we get that $80,000 a month. This is wild. I mean, you're talking about the last 7 days, you're about $20,000 in a week, and one day almost $3,000 a single miner. This is not normal. And it's not going to be normal for much longer. And yes, the thumbnail that I'm probably going to put up, and I got to take one of those, screenshots for, is going to say $80,000. So you guys click on it and learn about this, but it's not going to stay at that level. And that's because things will have to change. The more miners that come onto this network, the more things change. But wait, there's more, because I don't want you guys to just blindly go, I'm going to buy this thing because it's going to make me a ton of money. Remember how I said if you can get it right now, that's important. The other caveat to this that I will also explain is that if you can get the most powerful one, and it's the most powerful one, then it's a worthwhile investment. That has been the case with Bitmain. I don't think that anybody else is going to come along and say, hey, mine is better. Mine can hash away at much better, efficiency. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. That is my personal opinion. And if I am able to get one of these miners, I absolutely will, because it will be worthwhile if you can get your hands on it early. But the caveat to it is that if you're going to get that first batch of Bitmain miners, they're not going to be new, guys. They're going to be tested. That's the nicest way I can say it, because Bitmain does test the equipment for a couple of months before they start shipping those out. So you might get some 30 units with some errors that might not be ideal, but it's still going to be worthwhile if you're able to mine early. The earlier you mine, the better off you are. And that's what this thing is all about. So let's talk price. How much is this going to run you? They're not announcing it until the 19th, and I will do coverage. I'll try to do some live coverage for that. I think that would probably be fun to do some live coverage when it comes to that. But if you take a look at the website, they're having this price guessing game. And this is the page that you get to. This is their main KS3 page. And if you click guess the price, you get this. If you guess the price, you're going to get a $10,000 coupon. Whoa, this is fantastic. Now, I am no mathematician, but something jumped out at me here where it says you can deduct 30% of the total order amount. Well, if this thing is $10,000 and you can deduct 30% of the total amount, I'm just going to pull up my calculator. I'm going to do $10,000 and then I'm going to, divide it by 0.3. That means that you're going to be able to get 30% off if the miner is $33,000. And that number is not too far-fetched, because we have seen these miners run around this price when they first launch. I don't know if it's going to be exactly this high, but even if you get the $10,000 and the price is lower, you're not going to be able to use it all. It's only going to be for 30% of the total order amount, which they lay out here on the website. So just be aware of that. But that's the price range that I'm thinking about right now. Now, let's keep going and talk about the elephant in the room, I guess you can say, that a lot of people just don't want to learn about. I mean, this has the greatest impact on the network more than anything else, would. If we take a look at the network right now, and it's very tiny print, let me see. Yeah, you can barely see it, but it's increased. I mean, right now, let me take a look. January, we're sitting at less than 400 terahash. And now we're sitting at it says that it's 1.11 petahash. I'm going to pull out the calculator because I want to do numbers with you, because this just makes way more sense for us to do this together. Now, if we take that 1.1, and I'm actually going to do this here, just so you guys can get a good grasp of what I'm talking about. 1.1 petahash. Well, that's 1,100 terahash. That's kind of wild, right? That means that it doesn't take a lot of these units to double, triple, quadruple, whatever it may be, the network hash rate. So we're going to do the current hash rate right now, 1100. And we're just going to pretend that all these units are going to be the KS3s. And that's an 8.3. I'm just going to divide it. Well, it'll only take about 133 units to double this thing. So the network hash rate can be doubled with just over 130 units. This will have a major impact on profitability. And that's what people need to be aware of. And you want to watch the network hash rate, because you're going to see GPUs stop mining and you're going to see more ASICs jump on board. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. And I guess we have a couple days to kind of watch this and see if miners have come online and if miners will come online. But if you just take these numbers for what they're worth, if you're talking about 133, every 133 new miners, that's not a lot, guys. That's not a lot at all. It's not a lot of miners, but it's going to increase the network hash rate by a ton. So 133 plus 133, just over 250 miners. Now you're, just 3x'd the hash rate of the network. And this is a good thing for securing the network, I guess you can say, because you do want more miners. But if they're this powerful, you're not actually going to have a ton of miners. which kind of kills decentralization. I mean, Bitmain can literally own Kaspa. And that's the thing that no one will talk about. It doesn't take that many miners for this network to be owned by Bitmain. They can do it very, very rapidly. It's very easy for them to do something like this. And what happens with the price? That's a big deal. Let's take a look at the price, because I don't want you guys to miss this. Take a look at this thing right here. I'm going to reject all in there. And this is Kaspa right now. And we saw Kaspa like just go crazy in its price, right? So this was last year, summer of last year. It was sitting at, I mean, we got 3 zeros before we hit that first digit. And now we're sitting at 2 cents, which is fantastic price action. How long is this going to last? When you have one single organization, one single corporation mining all of these tokens, are they going to be able to hold on to it for the long term? Are they going to just dump it on the market so they can get their liquidity out as quickly as possible? That's a decision that Bitmain will have to make. And I don't know. This is not a token that I'm personally comfortable being in right now, which is why I'm going to go on NEXA and short it. That's just a personal decision. Don't do what I'm doing, because I don't have a lot to go by. I mean, take a look at this chart right here. Might look a little similar. I'm just kidding. It looks very similar. But this is Kadena, and I stopped the date here exactly 1 year ago, where it was about $3. And ASICs were coming out, and they were like, yeah, let's go mine with ASICs thing. You know, the market was just going crazy. And now, boom, 79 cents. So do I think Kaspa has a future? Yeah, I think the technology for Kaspa is pretty darn cool. But I don't know if that's going to translate into a positive price action for the token itself. And that is why, going back to that video that I posted 3 weeks ago, I talked about how it's important for you to pick your battles, to pick your tokens, to choose exactly what you want to mine to be profitable long term. And I am not mining Kaspa with GPUs. I don't think it's a viable option. As soon as those ASICs and FPGAs came on board, it just made no sense. But I am mining NEXA, and that's the one that I'm going to keep at it with my GPU, because I do see a great upside potential on that one. And I might do something a little crazy. I'll talk to you guys about that later, but keep that in mind with what's going on. The network is very, very early for Kaspa when it comes to how many miners are on board and just the network difficulty overall. So as soon as you start throwing all of these miners, very powerful miners, onto the network, there's no telling where it's going to go. And I just want you to be careful of that. So keep that in mind. Remember that batch 1 is going to be cool for you to mine early. You're going to get errors. You're going to end up with used devices, because, I mean, they're the testing phase devices, right? And batch 2, you're going to get newer ones, but it all goes downhill as far as profitability goes, because you're mining later, more people on the network, more powerful machines mining on this Kaspa network, and it just doesn't help. The more miners, the less everyone is going to earn. And I know it's $80,000 today. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near that when you actually get your devices. So keep an eye out on it. Remember, there is always risk in these things. I'm never trying to give you guys financial advice. But if you ask me, am I going to get one? If I can, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, honestly. I'll give it a shot. I'll put in my guess, and let's see how it goes, because I think there's, good potential short term. Definitely great potential short term as far as mining goes, even as the price drops. But I am also looking at that short, because, NEXA is probably gonna get a little bit of a bump thanks to this, which is kind of cool. But it is what it is. You guys are awesome, and all I ask of you is leave a comment down below if you haven't done so yet, because it does help the algorithm know that you guys are actually listening in, engaging with the video. And I'm gonna cut it here, and I'll come back after credits and give you guys a little tidbit of what I'm thinking. All right, I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. So the two things. First, I do see a good upside potential with NEXA, and I just want to know when that is. So I'm going to reach out to them, see if I can get them on a channel, see if I can talk to those guys and see exactly what they're thinking, what they're all about, what they're planning on doing, and if we can get some dates out of them, because I do want to see where those guys go. Again, I try to be in the space to play to win, right? So if I can be in multiple things, I can get in and get out of them, and follow what's most profitable. That's what I'm going to do, just because I don't love money. I love what money can do, and money brings peace of mind. That's the way I look at it. So yeah, I'm going to try to do that for you all. Secondly, I want to tell you, I'm sorry. I have been MIA kind of for a little while now. I know I put up a video 3 weeks ago, but that was me trying to get back into it, but things were not exactly where I wanted them to be. However, we're good. Things are better. And it was family stuff that was going on. I wanted to make sure that I got that taken care of. Things are really cool. I'll give you guys some announcements. I'll tell you guys what's going on. Probably not on YouTube, just because I don't do personal stuff on here, but I'm back. I am here, and I am here for the same reason. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to make sure that this space grows the way that it's supposed to. Like, there's nothing better than being on literally on the cutting edge of technology. And that's where we are. And creating informative content helps. I don't want to sound like I'm, savior of the world here, but there are decisions being made around the globe that are going to impact how technology is used, what your privacy is like, and all of these things kind of go hand in hand. We've seen some crazy things happen recently now in Europe with some bills that are being passed as far as privacy is concerned, because if you don't have anything to hide, you shouldn't be worried. That is the worst statement anyone can make. So if you hear that, you should start running for the hills. That's why I'm here. I'm creating content because I thank you for the support. It means the world to me. And I know that if I can have a positive impact and help people understand how this whole place works, we're going to be better off long term. I'm not, here to be, anybody's savior. I'm here just to maybe help one person, 2 people. That's enough for me. If I can get that, if I can get through some of you and show you a few things, show how things work, keep you guys informed, well, I'm happy. That's where I want to be. So thank you all so much for the support. You guys are phenomenal. I'm going to be bringing you guys more content now that I got stuff sorted out. I'm not going to post about it here on, YouTube probably, because I try to keep personal stuff off of here, but I'll, Discord or, Twitter, I might share it on there as well. So thank you. You guys are phenomenal. I will see you in the next video. Stay tuned and hit that bell for notification, because I'm going to bring you guys some really cool stuff. I promise. Let me know if, you guys know that the comments are open. I actually read all those. So if you got questions, if there are things that you guys want to learn about, drop it on there. I'll be happy to reply. I always reply. I always try to help you guys out. And if you guys see other people that you can help them out too. Anyway, it's going for too long. You guys are phenomenal. Have a great one. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.